I know it's dark right now. Just want to make this real quick video. Happy Sunday, to the mothers out there, and I guess the mothers that perish as well. That's no longer with us. That were good mothers and taking care of their children, and connecting with them emotionally and spiritually, and sowing their dreams. And telling them that they can be anybody in this life. Shouts out to one of my mentors, O'Shea Duke Jackson. I really appreciate that video, how to overcome a drug addict parent. And I'm not saying none of my parents was never on drugs, but I got the message, man. Like, despite whatever you go through, your circumstances, that should not, it should only define you. It shouldn't be, it should be fuel for your destiny. It shouldn't produce a negative outcome of how you're going to be in life, because we all have a choice on whether to succeed. And it's hard, it's difficult, especially as a young black man coming in, the disenfranchised community, most of us, and navigating through life and how to try to make it, and it can be very difficult, man. It's just extremely hard. But we, with the love of God and ourselves, and persisting and with our goals and falling in love, what we love to do, man, it's going to be impactful. And that's the beautiful part about life, man. And I'm still going through things on a day-to-day basis, but I'm not giving up, and I won't, because I know my end goal. Of course, to have someone coming in so I can bless other people in the community and help uplift other brothers, man, and just destroy this vicious cycle we have, and of just the crabs in the barrel mentality, not helping and lending a good hand for other brothers, man, that may be going through the struggle, man. But the mothers, man, they are the ones who give birth. And one of the Bible verses says, I knit you together in your mother's womb, so therefore you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That's extremely important, because no matter what you go through, man, at the end of the day, man, you fill out that job application, or you apply for a business. I mean, at the end of the day, they want to know, can you perform? Can you show up? They don't really care about your background, all to say. They care about your performance, despite what you go through. And you can use that as fuel, and once you get that in a certain position or authority that you worked hard for, and that's for the benefit of good, and then for all, that's all that matters. That's what this you're going to be reciprocated with. You're going to be blessed based on your talents or your hard work. And I just want to plant the seeds in that, into the minds of the youth, especially as a young black man. I was just on a podcast with DJ Killzone and Breeze. He was talking about restoring the black community, and the things that we can do individually. And powerful quote by JFK. He says, don't look at what your country can do for you. Look at what you can do for your country. It's all individual. Then, people are going to follow suit. And don't get me wrong, you got other people that have, a higher or different more platforms, but at the end of the day, it shouldn't deter you on what you need to do in your life. And this has been a very special day. My mother, my parents divorced in 2014, and I was unemployed for a little bit. I walked out of my Little Caesars job, at the time. So I had all this free time. This was in the midst of, I was helping my father move, because he was moving out the state to Georgia. So during that time, man, I was just worshiping God. I mean, I pretty much I set up a Bible study every Thursday and every Sunday, and it was just amazing. I was doing that, and people was tuning in. I had a little good conference calls, and the conference calls was it was a huge blessing to me, because not only that I was very proactive. Hey, Simply Deep, man, much love to you. Not only it was very super proactive, but at the same time, man, it restored the relationship of my friends, man. And I knew that I was unemployed and I ain't had no money coming in, but at the same time, I was acting out in faith. I knew this was a temporary time. Long as that I project myself and do what God wants me to do, He's going to provide everything. Remember, in the Bible, after He preached in the Sermon on the Mount, He really stated, He said, listen, what does worrying as our single hour to your life? The birds of the air, they don't reap or they don't sow, but they still store themselves in barns, you know what I'm saying? And he feeds the birds of the air. So are you no more valuable than they are? And a lot of us, man, when we go through this stuff in life, man, it can be difficult, man. It can be discouraging. But like I said, if you had a strong foundation, and, the best way to get that, I started reading books a lot. I started educating myself. you know, for the most part. And that's how I got out of that slump during that particular time in 2014. And that's when I just decided to move my grandmother. Then she actually gave me a job at the hospital, and I've been still there. Been there 3 years, but it'll be 4 years, and I just continue to move on with that and build on. I started learning about money and you know and just try to improve my life. And it could be very difficult, man. You know, when family or when you go through some type of divorce, man, and especially it hurts a lot when you're older. Because that's, you know, your whole reality shifts. You know, especially you coming into adulthood as compared to when this happens when you're conditioning in your youth. You know, like you go to your mom's house, and you go to your dad's house, and you got your backpack with you on one end, and you got, you know, go back to your mom's house, your daddy house, and you like stuck in the middle. And sometimes, you know, a lot of kids believe it's their faults, and it's not. You know, 9 times out of 10. But in life, man, we all go through things. You got people who's on their deathbed, man. I've hearing people get killed, you know, and slaughtered for no apparent reason on a major holiday. Someone was diagnosed with AIDS. It'd be a lot, man. It can get rough. And if you're not careful, you can turn into like just drugs and alcohol, man. And that's not a good thing at the end of the day, because it's not helping you to be productive. But I really want to say this, like, you know, restoring relationship with your mothers, man. If any individuals, man, you know, if you don't have a good relationship with your mother, man, she's still living. I don't care if she's on crack cocaine. You know, pray for her. Sometimes you have to love them from a distance. Me, I went to, you know, I brought my mom, you know, a gift, a wallet case, and some flowers, and you know, talked to her and conversate with her, and it felt really good. You know, just restoring that relationship, because at the end of the day, you only get one parent, man. But you still gotta be a man and follow your heart, you know, because nobody knows what you want but you at the end of the day. So, you know, this is a Mother's Day special, you know, just, you know, restore those broken relationships, man. Heal them, because family is the most important thing. It's the most important currency, you know, in life. And that's what I kind of learned from today. Just just being a great aurora, man, a great atmosphere each and every single day, man, and make it a good day, because this is yours. This is you. You know, you only got one life to live. And at the end of the day, subconsciously, your parents just want you to be well off and be happy and doing what you're doing in life, man. You know, and sometimes they could be an anchor, but you gotta forgive and keep moving and create. When we be in positions as young brothers to have families of our own, you know, we have to have that same mindset, because, you know, it's brothers growing up in here in the hood, or growing up in the communities with no stable family. You know, we don't know if the mother is preventing the father to see the child, due to some child support, and saying whilst they growing up in their mother's house, they saying negative things about their dad, and so now they have a negative perception about men or people in authority, and it can lead them to get shot or killed, and not to be as I could say how can I say, just a way to talk to the police in a certain way, you know, to get out of certain situations without reacting emotionally, because women, they're emotional. They're very emotional. They don't think logic all the time, and especially when they're in stress situations. And so you need that balance. The mother is the nurturer, and the man is the disciplinary. And without both, I mean, without those two parents, man, it can be hard. And we was thinking, like, I wonder if Jewish people go through this, you know, say like the hood, or the, you know, the baby daddy stuff. You know, you don't need to hear too much of that, man. But they're very prosperous individuals, man. And despite that, it's sometimes, you know, it's different types of Jewish people that have different beliefs, but they always manage to maintain their wealth, and they look for what's right, and they love life. They know life is it can be gone at any second. So that's why they teach their kids, like, as soon as you get that white coat around you, you get that doctor's coat around you, you good. You know, you can take care of our family now, you part of the lineage. And you know, it's like they push them so much to the point that they're unstoppable. Like their wealth is never ongoing. I feel like we need to live for that. You know, it's more in the black community. It's a whole different mindset construct, and I'm starting to develop and starting to understand different cultures and what's working. for these individuals, and it can work for us in the black community. But we have to stand tall, and we have to understand we have to restore these relationships with our mothers. And I know it can be difficult, and you know, you got some mothers or women out there that don't want to be cooperative, and you know, just having babies out of wedlock, just want to just live off of government assistance. It's so much, man. The government assistance and things that happened in the 1960s are destroying the black community. But we have to move forward, learn from that. And I feel like in this generation, the millennial generation, we have the tools to do that. But sometimes we could be distracted by social media and this propaganda, this false propaganda, I want to say, that we have no control over. But this is all comes into, you know, the mother's womb. Like the mother, man, like once you're in your mother's womb for 9 months, man, it's like you're attached to them, and they can say things to you as you know, before you come out of uterus. And my thing is, it's like, you know, that can shape your behavior. It can shape like the generational curses. It can be all kinds of things. This is why I encourage women to talk to the baby, soothe the baby, play some good music for the baby, you know, talk to them, because that's some spiritual things. That's a metaphysical aspect of it. And a lot of people don't understand that, you know. But this is what I understand, man. This is why I constituting, and I'm kind of understanding that, you know, both parents, I might probably do a Father's Day special later on, but this is, you know, it's strictly for the mothers, man. And despite what type of person they are, we do need them to assist. And of course, that's the man to lead. But we got to ask ourselves, are we in a position to lead right now? You know, as young brothers. Because a lot of us like to hit it and quit it and use unprotected sex. And, you know, we bring a child into the world, and we are experiencing all the heartache. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It's a lot, you know, we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis, man. But I really truly believe this is good. You know, it's a special day. It's just got me thinking, you know, on, you know, reflecting and more of a rebirth of some sort. This is a special kind of day, you know, for Mother's Day. But yeah, man, it's young brothers, man, and we can do it. We can do it. You know, we all on that road to success. But let me see something. What's that one song? That's a good song. Yeah. But yeah, man. Seriously, that's what I've been, you know, constitute of. You know, love your grandmother, your grandparents. I mean, you know, they grew up in a different generation, but I don't believe the Generation X has failed us. I feel like it's part of this new generation is, and it can be just so many of things, but having a mother is extremely important. And I kind of realized that, you know, I mean, I used to have the mindset that we can live in this world without women. We don't need them, but in a way we do. You know, as I go back into the book of Genesis, like, you know, Adam, he wasn't saying, hey, where the women at, where the hoes at? Like, he was in a spiritual dwelling place with the Lord. You know, he was naming animals. He was proactive. You know, God said, like, hey, you know, it's just not complete. This world's not complete. I'm going to send you a helper. So when he put him in a deep sleep, and, you know, formed, you know, took a part of Adam's rib, and, you know, so a woman is part of us. And he found her attractive, and he wanted, his whole goal was to, you know, to make the world be fruitful and multiply. But done so too long. Finished watching the show, My Dear White People. I love that show. Might want to watch. I might actually do a review on that. Volume 1 is pretty good. You're going to Volume 2. But yeah, man, this your boy Young Lean Jr. here. I love you guys. You guys continue to subscribe and like and comment. Thank you for the 2 people that tuned in. Share this video. Like this video. It's the much things you can do, man. And I'm going to continue to do more content creation. I know I'm in the dark and stuff, man. I don't feel like going in the house right now. I'm about to, because my phone charging on right now. But I just want to get this video out here while it's fresh in my mind. And I love you guys, man. You guys got to go to work, go to school, you know, be safe and careful. And we continue to grind and just make it this a day, every single day. Whether your mom, you know, says some evil shit to you, or your mom get on your nerves, or your mom ain't living. It's we as black men, we got to continue to push this legacy on. Money, wealth, ongoing for the next kids, man. That's what it's all about. Started living for the now. We gotta think for the future, because this is what the Jews doing. This is what the Asian community doing. Some people in the white community are doing. I'm out. It's your boy. Peace.